Welcome to 330 to go. Don't change that dial. We're going to be live in just under 3 minutes. We've got a really fun show in store for you tonight. Folks, if you haven't done so, please make sure you enable 330 to go's Morning Minute on your Alexa app Flash Morning Briefings. We provide daily content to give you information on what's going on here and there in the 330, as well as giving you regular daily specials for where to shop and where to get discounts at local restaurants. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out our website, 330togo.com. You'll find all of our podcasts archived and all of our webcasts available on both YouTube and on Facebook. Please make sure you go to our page, 330 to go, hit that like button, and make sure you follow us. We do offer regular specials and regular giveaways. We really love giving stuff away. If you haven't done so, please head over to our review page as well and let us know that you watch the show. Tell us what we do right and different areas where we might be able to improve. If you have an idea or a topic that you'd like us to cover, please make sure you get a hold of us and we'll be happy to try and work it into our schedule. If you'd ever like to be in our viewing audience, we do have seating available for just about every show we do. So once again, please make sure you get a hold of us and we'd be happy for you to be our guest. Folks, we're almost there. It's almost time. Make sure that you're adjusted with your volume, grab a drink, and away we go. Take care, folks, and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Akron's hottest and fastest growing show, 330 to go. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, coming to you live from Stakeout Studios, overlooking the rolling plains of Hardesty Park. In tonight's episode, we discuss transitioning back to school from summer and the adjustments that parents have to make. But before we do that, we're once again joined by the dulcet tones of Danny Marie.
How you doing, Hank?
Hold on, I gotta hit my button here. Hold on, I am living the dream.
Oh, wow. All these new toys. Fun. Tonight's episode is brought to us one last time by LaBelle's Barber Parlor. She's just running past.
Was that a toddler?
Streaker.
Keep going, we're live.
LaBelle's is located inside what is now known as the East End, which are the Goodyear historical buildings. Their state-of-the-art facilities boost big screen TVs, a coffee bar, and compressed air at every station. It's like being in a hunting lodge living room. You are getting too excited about these sound effects. These guys are making moves and recently have added to their staff and now have more availability. Call 330-472-0497 and tell them Hank sent you. You can find them on Facebook and online as well. And boy, do they make guys look good. In addition, they now carry their own hair product line and have shirts available for purchase. And check out their First State of LaBelle's address.
And it's interesting because with LaBelle's, they've been a primary sponsor with ours now for the bulk of our show, and our relationship is about to change. So things are happening in the background. You're aware of some of them. So the network is growing, and when I say the network, 330 to go is kind of morphed from the initial flagship station that it became, and now you okay? Bless you, bless you, bless you. Hold on. Hold on. Dude, what do I do for that? There you go. Bruh. All right, so point being, we're about to change what we do because in addition to us just being the show, we're now getting ready to offer network offerings. So you'll be able to not only sponsor our show, but you could sponsor our other shows as well. So with that being said, there's a couple things I want to go over. One, just a reminder that Acme did extend our promotional code. So if you go to orderacme.com and you enter the promo code 330TO-GO, you can get $3.30 off any order greater than $50, okay? And that's groceries at the tip of your fingers. I've been seeing a lot of people have been using them lately. I've seen the pictures on Facebook. So if you use Acme, again, take advantage of the 330TO-GO code and you'll get some money off your groceries. Next, if you haven't done so, it's time for you to enable your Alexa Morning Minute. I've been bringing content now to the city of Akron, the Akron area, for 2 months, roughly. It's been going well. Look, she lit up, okay? So Alexa's there in the middle of the table. She's like, what's going on? We're going to go ahead and demo it, and I hope it works because I haven't previewed it yet today. So let's hope it works. Ladies, could you just go ahead and take your mic and hold it over by Alexa real quick? Give me a little tap to make sure the mic's on. There we go. All right. Alexa, brief me.
Here's your flash briefing. From 3:30 to go.
Good morning, 330, and welcome to your Morning Minute. Hot leather seats are fun. 96 today across the region, so stay hydrated and make sure you check on the elderly. Today is National Chop Suey Day. I really don't even know what to do with that one. Hey guys, we've got a heck of a show for you tonight as a panel of parents discusses the transitions that families go through as they start off the school year. Head on over to Chop and Swizzle Green for happy hour and all 330 night, where you get $3.30 off all menu items excluding oysters. Take care, folks, and have a good day, everybody. Thank you, dear. So basically, we've been doing that. I've been doing Alexa, thank you, stop. Alexa, stop. Is that good? Okay. All right.
July 1st.
I've been doing that since July 1st, so 2 months now. And what we do is we offer you literally daily specials of places around town where you can go. That's like the secret shopper type thing, and you get $3.30 off menu items. Okay. And restaurants are starting to add on. Let's see, we got Chop and Swizzle as part of the program. Edgar's is part of the program. Poke Fresh is part of the program. Downtown 140, which is this incredible wine bar in Hudson. If you've never been to the basement down there,
we should have our show there next week.
We could, but the point is, she's got Oreos.
Can I come back?
That's the Oreos.
Can I come back?
The point is though, we have been offering these things now for 2 months. At this point, I only have 6 subscribers that do it daily because we have the stats now, okay? So a bunch of others will do it occasionally. But
can I be honest?
Yes.
I don't do it daily.
No, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Hold on.
I'm impressed, and I'm ready to do it daily.
All right. There's that. All right, she's ready to do it daily. All right. So...
typically I'm the one who makes those comments.
What?
I love having you here.
What? I'm sorry, what? I got new buttons. Hit share, folks. Hit share. You want to be a part of the show tonight, okay? So point being, Alexa, people like it, people love it, people hate it. Depends on your point of view in terms of whether you think Big Brother's watching you and listening. But we're literally giving you free content every morning, and I tell you the weather, I tell you something funny, I tell you what the National Day of event is, I tell you what fairs are opening up, and then I also give you some place to eat that's fun, okay? So right now, guys, go ahead and hit share this on your timeline. Here's the hashtag tonight, and only the people that are live watching right this second will know this, okay? If you, right now, share this on your timeline, and you put in the hashtag I love Oreos, put in the hashtag I love Oreos and share this on your timeline and say, great show tonight. I will enter you into a gift card giveaway. We're giving another gift card giveaway to the favorite coffee shop of your choice. And the reason I say coffee shop is because I also want to bring up our other show, which is smashing success rates in the city of Akron right now, and that is The Hop and the Bean, hosted by Buzz Andrews. So if you haven't had a chance, go to The Hop and the Bean as the Facebook page, and they do shows on coffee and beer. They cover coffee roasters, local coffee roasters, and local craft breweries. What's not to like? Coffee and beer. So if you're into coffee and beer, which most people are, go ahead and look up The Hop and the Bean, and they're doing wonderful things over there. So again, share this on your timeline. Good show tonight with the hashtag I love Oreos. Okay? So let's get started, ladies. Thanks for being here. Tonight's going to be an interesting show. When I originally asked for moms to be a part of the show, I was very quickly corrected that dads are an intricate part of this process of playing Uber as well.
We were just saying that. We needed another dad on the show.
Right. So my bad in just asking for moms. But in the meantime, we're gonna do with what we got to do with, which are these two wonderful ladies here. We've got a disembodied voice. We got a disembodied voice from our producer. Go ahead and say disembodied voice. Say hello.
Hello.
So Kate's running video tonight, okay, and Danny's here as usual. You can see Steve.
I feel like I have been just like.
No, hold on.
We're like bottom of the barrel.
Now hold on.
Wonderful lady.
Now hold on.
Your producer and Danny's here as usual.
No. That's not it at all. That's not it.
You
That's
need
not
to save
it.
yourself because you're so far down.
I'm trying. Hold on.
Because you're just
Hold
so
on.
consistent.
No,
Your
not as
sound
usual. First of all, let's give Danny a big round of applause. Here it is. For her work on the Rubber Duck show, that show turned out fantastic. Okay, so high five up
You're
top.
slowly climbing out of the hole.
All right,
but your
so
sound effects aren't going to get
hold
you
on.
there.
And the Oscar goes to...
All right, so with that being said, Moonman wanted me to remind everybody that if you go to 330.com/Alexa, you can see a tutorial. And there she is again. You can see a tutorial on how to do that, okay? So check it out, guys. Check it out. All right. So as I mentioned, tonight's going to be an interesting show because when I originally asked for moms to be a part of the show, I was quickly corrected that dads should be included too, okay? But simply put, we're going to discuss the back-to-school transition that we all go through at the end of the summer and the smooth and rocky experiences that entails, okay? So right now, before we begin, love you, Kate. Before we begin, let's go ahead and introduce our panelists. Okay, the prestigious Danny is to my
You're just like
to my left. Okay. So that being said, what I'd like you to do is, as you guys introduce yourselves, tell us kind of like your history. Like marital status and kids, because whatever.
the whole history.
No, not the whole history. We're not Chunk from the Goonies, okay? All right, so
cool story, bro.
Point being, just give us the basics in terms of how many kids, married, what situation, all that kind of stuff. Because I think we have a cross reference. I guess we'll start with me. Kate, you want to go? No. All right. So
Tell us your story.
We're married, first marriage currently, and
for now.
And we have 4 wonderful children, and they range. We've got that big range. So we've got a 16-year-old junior, right? We got and to understand the lay of the land.
Do you not live in this house? You keep looking at me for approval. It's
I need your. I need your approval on. I need your approval on everything, right? So, 16-year-old junior at Firestone High. So that's school 1. Then we got a 11-year-old.
Good job.
6th grader at Miller South, and she's in the dance program there. So there's 1 drop-off. There's 2 drop-offs. Then we got a 10-year-old 5th grader, right, at down the street, and then now we have preschooler.
What's the school down the street?
Case, okay. And which, by the way, don't get me started on next door neighbor. I won't get into that in terms of them freaking out about drop off the first day, right? It was like and like everyone was like in like total panic mode, like, oh my God, School's starting. They don't know the traffic patterns yet. I'm like, guys, give them like a week, okay? Give them a week.
Did they pick up their child after school?
That's the only thing that matters, as long as all the kids are accounted for. All right.
Family.
Yes. And then our baby, and it was emotional. I mean, I walked her. She wanted to walk down the street, and I walked her down, and she's 3, and she's starting preschool. So we literally have a spread in 3 schools, so that we've got a good drop-off perspective.
There's preschool at Case.
There is now, and go.
All right. So I have a 10-year-old, Olivia, and she is a 5th grader, and I have Carter is now in 1st grade. I was married, divorced, single parent for a few years, and then remarried. So I'm going back to school. I've kind of been all over with all that, but both of my kids go to different schools, but they're less than a block away.
Okay.
Though I seem to still forget that you have to leave earlier to drop one off and the other. And Olivia was supposed to be picked up the first day of school, and somebody forgot to pick her up. That somebody was not me. Just not going to mention any names. So the first day in her new school, I got a call from the secretary asking when Olivia would be picked up.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
That's
first day of school.
That's not. It's just
Do it.
Okay. Point being.
Needless to say, that
How did that conversation go with? How did that go?
With me and the person on the other line?
Yeah.
I may have said, "Oh, they're on their way. They just got stuck in traffic," as I panically called the other person and said, "Are you on your way?" We do only live a few minutes from the house, so it worked out okay.
Okay.
That person won't be picking her up again, though, anytime soon.
Gotcha. And next is, hey to Deidre, hey to Leanne, hey to Starla, hey to Chris, hey to Diane. Boy, we got a lot of people watching.
Got a lot of people on.
So many people.
And now we're up to Amy.
Yeah. So
Say hello.
Hello.
All right, you're up.
I am Amy. I'm really curious how long you've played with these sound effects to be ready with so many of them.
I'm just learning. I
Way
literally.
too
No.
long.
You're doing good.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I am a mom of 2 boys. We are a dual working home, so that kind of makes us unique in that we're both balancing this back to school thing together. And I actually realized I should have brought my husband because he's got some really strong and fun thoughts about opinions and thoughts about back to school season. But we have 2 kids that are 8. He's in 3rd grade, and then that's Nathan's in 3rd grade, and he's 8. And Noah is in 1st grade, and he is 6. So 2 boys, Herbert Elementary.
Okay. All right.
And we're in the same school district, but our kids are in different schools.
Which?
Copley schools.
It's Copley. Okay. And I've been very open with the fact that I think everybody knows we're in Akron Public. Okay.
I'm Shanna. I have my daughter Ava. She's 8 and also in 3rd grade at Revere.
Boo.
So you better watch your mouth.
Sorry.
Wait. Really?
I was a Copley grad, so it's just kind of built in.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. Here you go.
Feel some tension in the room. I'm a little outnumbered.
Why do you think we put you on that end of the table?
Minutemen, baby. But it's just Ava and I. So essentially we are the Cleveland version of the Gilmore Girls. Keeping it real in Richfield.
Keeping it real in Richfield. I love that.
Love it.
Let's do that. All right. So
He might get this iPod pad taken from him.
No. I'm learning.
Hey,
It's
I
gonna
have
take.
a serious question.
Yeah.
What drives you nuts more, the toddler toys or Hank playing with his sound effects?
I think you know the answer.
All right, so Copley Indians over here. So Deidre's now live with us as well. Deidre was wanted to be a part of our panel tonight, but she's literally sitting at football practice right now. So she's like, this is so applicable to my life, but I can't even be there because I literally have to be at practice with my boys. By the way, can someone throw me a double stuffed? I haven't had a chance to get one yet. Can you?
There's not enough.
I'm sorry. He can't spare any.
They're like, thank you. They're like, you can have cheese, crackers, wine, and Oreos. Okay, we'll be on.
We'll be there.
All right, so here's what happens, right? The summer, Mike Scott, one of our realtors last week, he described day 1 of Copley going to school as his first day of freedom. Because he when I asked him to be on that show, he said, well, that's freedom day one. I'm like, well, what does that mean? He goes, oh, the kids go back to school today. So all I could think of in the back of my mind is, moms, dads, everybody goes to school that first day. You put your Facebook selfies up. You put your pictures of your kids up. First day of school, you drop them off. You pull away, and you're going down the road, and then here we are. And then away you go, and now it's the moms and dads literally go on summer at that point, right? Because summer's now over, and now your work at home is done for the most part in that category. But then at that moment, everything else starts. And then all of a sudden now, we've got all these balls up in the air that we're juggling. And there's all these things that have to be taken care of that all have to be transitioned into, okay? So we're going to start with that. We got the school count. Okay, so we're at 4, 2, 2, and 1 in terms of our panel, in terms of our kid count, okay?
What school does her boys go to?
School count, so we're at 3. Are you guys at 2 different schools?
We're at 2 schools.
Are you? What about your kids?
1 school.
1 school, so 2, 1, and 1. Okay.
Look at all those Copley comments. Just wanted to put that out there.
I see a lot of my Revere friends on
Copley's
the
coming in. The Revere and Copley are now arguing on our feed. That's fantastic. Which
have to take a poll
guys,
here?
it doesn't really matter because Hoban's going to beat you in football anyway. What?
I don't think so.
Do you realize that they're the 3-time state champions? They now got moved
I don't
up to
hear it.
Division One.
I don't
Okay.
hear it.
All right. So anyway, parent count, we got that too. All right. So the first thing that changes when summer comes to an end is bedtime. Okay. So we're going to start, or the idea of bed. We'll call it the idea of bedtime. Okay. So we're going to start. We're going to start down at that end over there. Okay. We always think that we're going to be so successful at reestablishing bedtime when the summer comes to an end, and it always seems to be not the way that it is supposed to work. So we'll start down at that end. We'll work our way back down here, and just go over the whole thought process. How does bedtime change? What's your rules over the summer? What are your rules during the school year, and how do you handle that?
So I think for me, I work year-round, right? So Ava's either at school or she's at daycare. So that part of our life doesn't change a whole bunch, right? It's still going to bed. I guess it's just more of a how well are we prepared, right? We don't need to make sure everything is done so it's a mad rush before bed, where for school time it's making sure the homework's done and we actually go to bed. Otherwise, at 8 o'clock on the dot, it's lay down, honey, mommy needs her mommy time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say similarly, not just because I also work year-round, but, like, bedtime's not just about being well-rested for the next day. Bedtime is about mom and dad getting a break. So there's no undoing bedtime in the summer. They still go to bed on time unless we're doing something fun. That's different. But, yeah, it hasn't been too much of an adjustment for us, but that's where one of the areas my kids shine. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say I'm kind of there. I've got this one.
Yeah, we're sharing.
So I do not work the traditional job during the day. I get to pick my own hours and all of that. But my best work hours are between 9 p.m. and 11:30 at night. So even during the summer, unless we were doing something fun, my kids' bedtime was 9:30 in the summer, and it's 9 in the school year. And can't say I've always been a consistent parent, but for some reason, bedtime, I've been very consistent. So I just say, hey.
Because bedtime's about you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Mommy
consistent
time.
when it has to be about me.
Over.
I can be selfish. No, so bedtime wasn't hard to kind of switch over. Now, the next question, yes, was a struggle.
Okay. We suck. This is bedtime. Just do it. All right, so are we that bad? All right, so you want to talk? You want to talk?
I want to hear what you have to say.
All right, I'll talk first.
I know your guys' bedtime schedule.
Oh, it's bad.
So when summer hit,
It's a free for all.
it's free. It's literally it's.
Woo!
Yeah. We literally have no rules in the summer. So they go to bed whenever they want, and they literally get
Don't
up.
say that too loud for my kids.
They
to hear.
literally get up whenever they want.
Yeah,
Typically,
they're gonna be like, "We're
they'll go to bed like 10, 11 o'clock. 11
Oh
between.
my gosh,
See,
no.
11 o'clock for the for
It would be a walking zombie.
They go to bed.
I would be a walking zombie.
This is during summer, okay?
The wine comes out at 9:05.
Right. So
They've got to be in bed.
So okay, on that
Wait till
one.
bedtime?
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Usually that's glass number 2 or 3.
I have a glass with dinner. And then, I don't want them to see the multiples. That's about exactly what
All
it
right,
is.
so the point is that
They wonder why I drink out of a red Solo
during
cup so often.
during the summer, typically they'll go to bed around 11 o'clock, roughly, okay? And they get up 9, 10. And then when
It varies.
Well,
it depends upon which child you're talking.
well, and then
Bazinga.
And then when we hit school time, the goal is to get them in bed by 9:30. That's the goal. And then with Jill, it's like 10:30 because she's a high school kid. But the thing is,
she's working now too, so she sometimes works till 10.
yeah. So we're terrible. I mean, we really are. I mean, and
slackers.
Just slackers. I don't
That's
have
not
that
bad, though. 'Cause I can tell you, so my daughter has she has a phone that's not hooked up to a plan but can text. And at night, she has to put her phone on my dresser. And it would be dinging at like 12:31, 2 o'clock in the morning with these kids texting. And I want to pick up the phone so bad and be like, get off your phone and go to bed. And I'm saying 4 out of 5 times. It's after at least 11:30, 12. So you're not that bad.
Well,
No, but my daughter sets random alarms on her phone, and so her phone goes off and I can hear it through the floor.
yeah, Cece will have an alarm set up at like 5 a.m. We're like, why are you getting up at 5 a.m.?
As to why I'm so tired during the day. I'm like, did you sleep last night? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
I don't wake
no.
up. I don't wake up.
I'm like, did you get up with Addie? No.
All right, so Deidre, our offsite panelist, here's what she has to say. She says, I try not to have bedtime change during summer either. But this summer I tried to let them do what they wanted, and that was a total mistake. It was fun while it lasted, but they're now in total tears now when I have them try to go to bed by 8:30. She also said that another mistake that she made was not requiring them to go to sleep in their bedrooms and allowing them to crash out in the living room on the couch. Because then they got used to that, and now all of a sudden they got to go back to their bed, and they're like, no. So the point is now we're pretty consistent with 9:30, 10 o'clock roughly, and then getting like the baby's the last one that gets up because they don't start till 8:30. Cease has got to be at Miller by like usually 7:30. So she'll get up at 6:30, and I'll waddle out of bed and have my breakfast and take her. Right.
Wait. You waddle out of bed at what time?
Whatever time I feel appropriate. Okay.
After how many snoozes?
Snooze is the greatest thing ever created by the Lord.
It just
okay.
makes you more tired.
Thank you.
No.
Hey, how you doing?
Snooze is fantastic.
If the alarm gets off and I can get up, I feel so much better. If I lay there, it's done. It's done.
All right, so moving on. Did you have anything else to contribute there, Kate?
No, I think you.
We're pretty consistent. We try to be.
Summer, we kind of let them, kind of hang out and do whatever and try and enjoy as much of the day as possible. But when it comes to school, this year we're more focused on, I'm tired of cleaning their rooms because they're a disaster. So I'm like, you have a half hour every night from 8:30 to 9 that's focused on your room, and then from 9 to 9:30 you read. Now that doesn't always work with Jillian because sometimes she has to work. But that's what we're doing with them. And then I go battle the toddler in her room for an hour. It's awesome. Right?
Do you want to know my dirty secret? So you can control your Wi-Fi with these fancy apps on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So every day I alter the last letter of the Wi-Fi password so it's not a total pain to change everything. And her TV only works on a Roku. So until the room is clean and the homework is done, there's no Wi-Fi, which means nothing works and we're complete boredom. And when it's time to go to bed, I change the Wi-Fi so I can have it and she can't. And again, we just get bored until we pass out.
So my kids will tell you I'm that horrible parent. We don't do screen time at all during Monday through
I'm sorry,
Thursday.
what?
I'm sorry, can you come listen?
There is no screen time. We implemented this, 5 years ago? I think about 5 years ago. They do not get on the computers. There is an iPad. Olivia gets about an hour a week on that. She sometimes pushes it. And Carter gets about an hour a week. There is no TV except for on Saturday mornings.
Cindy's commenting right now that
Cindy knows it.
Cindy's laughing because she sees us handing cookies off screen
to
the toddlers right now. All right, so the next question is, so that's bedtime, right? Okay, so now you flip that, and then it's the next morning. All right. So again, we'll start at the end of the table, and the question is, how do you handle? What's the typical morning routine getting ready to go to school?
The worst. Like, if there was a teenager's body inside of an 8-year-old that doesn't want to wake up and move, I think I have it. And I think between that accompanied with the ADHD that the medication has not kicked in yet, it's put on a shoe, brush your teeth, grab your book bag. 3 very simple steps.
How many times do you have to say it, though?
Do you have tears?
It takes us 2 hours to get ready and go to school. And there's like, everything's laid out, ready to go. Just shove the food in your mouth and put the clothes on your body and go.
Do you prep the night before? Do you get it all laid out?
Everything is laid out. We have task cards that say exactly what to do every state of the day, so she can, when we forget, we can go back and do it. But no. And then it's I forgot. And she just looks at you with those big little eyes, and you just feel so mushy and tired because you haven't had coffee yet.
Yeah.
So when it comes to back to school, my family's a rock star at the morning thing.
Okay.
But fast forward to next May, and it'll be very ugly and different. So right now I'm like, all right, this is great. This is fun. We're going to get up and I'll be ready by 7:45. They get on the bus at 8:20. We're all ready. We're waiting for shoes. It's cool. Come May, it'll be 8:10, and I'm like, I should get out of a bed. And I, in 10 minutes, somehow managed to get food in their faces and get them out the door. It's magic, but it's ugly.
It's magic, but it's ugly.
Why does it change?
I get lazy.
Throughout the course of the school year.
Yeah, I get burnt out, and I just start sleeping in longer and longer. Right now, I'm motivated and ready to, start on the right foot. It's like January 1st, that's when you're going to the gym and you're doing everything right.
New Year's resolution.
I get all the New Year's resolutions in September, but come May, it's a different story.
Gone.
Okay. Yeah, she
Doing
keeps
that.
passing it. Do you get a refill? It's just like
You need some more.
All right.
My mornings are crazy because, so part of a business that I run is I have other people's doggies at my house, so I have to get up an hour and a half before anybody's moving in our house and let out dogs and then take care of myself and then coffee. Then I wake up one child. I can hear you barking.
I did it. That was good.
What I'm hearing you say is that we know the answer to who let the dogs out.
Yeah. So I typically have, when I wake up, 4 to 6 dogs that need to go to the bathroom right then. And so then by the time I'm waking the kids up, I've already had a cup of coffee and been running down the steps and tripped and all of that. So I'm pretty awake. They're good now, but Olivia is very difficult to get up. She has been she could sleep till noon. Even going to bed at normal, she moans and groans and then goes in the hallway and lays down because I told her to get out of bed, so then she's laying in the hallway. So we're already having a rough time getting him up. Carter, on the other hand, gets up, makes his bed, gets dressed, cleans his room, and then comes downstairs and makes me breakfast usually. He's on it.
He's going to be a good husband one day.
He's going to be a great husband. He is a lot like me in the mornings, and Olivia is a lot like Pete in the mornings. Not getting up. Hey, don't play that for my kid.
Well, you say he's going to be a good husband. Which one?
Doesn't mean he's doing that.
Here, what button? Here, this one. No, that's not it either. Here, this one.
No, if I approve it. I'll approve that.
Better?
Yeah.
All right.
That one's good.
All right. So Cindy says, "Ugh, mornings. My kid jumps up and wakes me up and instantly wants breakfast immediately. Like, chill, kid. I need my coffee to function first." Okay, so thank you to Cindy for that. Do you want me to answer, or you want to answer?
I'm curious about your answer because you get up a half hour after.
No. It depends on what I have going.
But he waddles out of bed at 6:30.
No.
He waddles out of bed at 7:15.
All right, so here's our routine. My alarm is.
Your first alarm.
Deidre's complaining about my sound effects. All right, so My alarm is at 6:50 for me, and then I do snooze 1, snooze 2, snooze 3. By that point, I am raring to go. I get the best sleep. Why are you guys looking at me?
What is the point of that?
What, this is not about judging me here. Why are we judging me?
Oh, no. That was not in the contract.
No.
We judge on the show.
No. I go sleep because it's 7:77, right? So I'm up around 7:05, 7:10. So then I come up. By that point, what I'll do is
7:15.
I'll walk up here.
You have your lie detector right there.
No, right there. All right, so I will. I'll go and I'll wake the baby up. So I'll walk in and I'll go. Shh.
Your wife's
nice. Your wife's expression says you're lying.
No, I'll go and I'll wake the baby up. I'll say, hey, it's time to go to school. I gotta be real quiet, right? Because she's a real hard, like, angry sleeper. Like, if you wake her up, you're gonna get.
Does she get the snooze button?
You're gonna get punched if you wake her up. Okay. So I go in, I walk in, I go, hey, it's time to go to school. And right now she's excited about school until she figures out what it is. So then by that point, the others are, the junior and the upper middle are all up and bustling because they've got to, they do all the stuff. So they got to do all the showering and the hair and all that stuff, right? The boy can literally get up like 7:20, get dressed, eat, and be out the door by 7:35. So he only has a 10 to 15 minute window is all it takes. Okay, and then we'll talk drop-offs in a second. So the point is everyone will eat their breakfast. They'll get their backpacks ready. Half of them will forget half of the stuff they need, and then she'll end up having to caravan it to school anyway.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that sign?
Hey.
Do you know what I'm talking
How you
about?
doing?
If they forget it, let them forget it.
Yeah,
Don't run it up there.
Helicopter mom over here does not allow that to happen.
I am not a helicopter.
All right, so
Helicopter mom.
No helicopter mom thinks she's a helicopter mom.
yeah, thank you,
I am
thank you.
not a helicopter
first-
mom.
Bazinga!
Step in emitting.
Yeah. The point is, she won't let them. I'm always like, oh, too bad, and she's not like that. So she'll run it up. So a lot of times they'll forget money, they'll forget a form or whatever it is, right? But the point is that whole morning routine, it's not really chaotic per se. You would think it would be more chaotic with 4 kids.
That's because you're not there.
There are 6 people in one bathroom. I'm sure you're lying about your morning
No,
routines.
there's a bathroom and a half. There's a bathroom downstairs.
Well, I've never been downstairs, but
We're not talking about me right
Well,
now.
if you want to climb in the utility sink and wash yourself off in the morning, then we're set.
No. The point is, you would
do you
think
have a double utility sink? Or
Yes,
is it a single?
it's
a
double.
double.
It's double. It's
So
double.
fast.
You would think that it would be more chaotic, but it's not. Okay, so the point is, everybody eats and then away they go, and then usually right now until there's issues, but oldest will get a ride with her friend or the friend's dad will come pick her up and they go to Firestone, right? And then I'll take Cease to Miller, and then they walk down. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Hey Dorothy, thanks for joining. Then they'll
Bazinga!
they'll walk down to Case because right now the baby has insisted that we walk, which is fine and cute and lovey-dovey. But as you pointed out, as it gets more into the school year, her her stride is about, for those that can see, is about that long. So it's roughly about a pen or a pencil length. That's her gait in terms of her steps. So she's all like trucking, and what should be a
Distracted.
a 5 or
and
so
slows
squirrel,
down.
bird, a 5 or 6 minute trek turns out to be like 20 minutes. So, I've done it once. She's done it a couple times now, right?
No, we drove down the other day because the first day it was walk your kid into the room.
Okay.
Because it was preschool. Then it was like, we're going to come get them from the door. Basically, we don't want you in the room anymore. We want to do
You
the
get
drop
kicked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we drove down the next time, and we're waiting there. I'm like, well, maybe I'm supposed to walk her here. And they're like, nope. But today she insisted that we walk, and I'm like, if you and I leave for you to get there when they're coming out to get you, which is not until 8:25, Wyatt's going to be late. So Wyatt left a half hour before we did, went and ate breakfast, and then we walked down for 20 minutes.
We have a comment from our audience from Jennifer Randolph, and it's to Shanna, and it says, looks like Shanna needs more wine, so let's go ahead and get that taken care of.
Gee, thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are
thanks
awesome,
for that.
Jen.
She's Johnny on the spot right there.
Good.
Okay.
You're one
I have
hell
my
of a
bigger
woman.
cup.
All right, so here we go.
That cup was too little for me. I had to
That
agree.
is a serious wine glass.
Breaking news.
I'm taking a picture.
Breaking news. For the first time in 3-Throw to Go history, our studio has actual pictures of our kids on the wall, so I do not have to hang a flag.
This was a 5-year
There
plan.
it is. This was a 5-year plan. Let's hear it for Kate.
Suck it.
Let's hear it for Kate. Look at those pictures. There's
To
pictures
give
of the kids.
Kate a little bit.
Yes,
The Beach family was so much cuter.
The Beach family was cuter.
And they were happy.
I don't know. We make good-looking babies. All right. So the point is the studio is now complete. Gene Mobley says hello. Jason Minter just joined, a friend of the show. Jason, we love giving him away those Acme gift cards. Once again, folks, if you're live with us right now, share this on your timeline. Say, great show tonight with the hashtag I love Oreos, and you'll be entered into a raffle.
This is almost turning into a drinking game.
Every time you say
Oreos, I
she
show
gets an
people.
Oreo.
And then I realized I've touched it. So,
So now you got to eat it, right? Yeah,
I'm going to
This is
save
an
this
awesome
one, and next
drinking
time
game.
I'll just...
The point being, you share it,
I'll pass
put
it to the
hashtag I love
children.
Oreos, and we'll enter you in to win a coffee card from the Hop and the Bean, our other show.
I don't know. I like coffee cups.
Yeah, all right, so yeah, we could do coffee cup. That'd be fine with a coffee card in it.
second.
Okay.
A coffee gift card from the Hop and the Bean? Or-
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're cross
I thought it was
pollinating
to
right now.
their favorite coffee shop.
It's to their favorite coffee shop, provided by the Hop and the Bean.
Got it.
Which, by the way, I'm part of that too. We got a great show tomorrow night. Wait till you see that one. All right, so next thing we're going to talk about, and I'll cue that music.
Oh, man.
So, drop off. It's time for drop off. Okay? For some reason, all moms, all dads, all teachers, all administrators, and all bus drivers forget how to drive over the course of the summer. So when it's time for that first drop off, it looks like Godzilla's coming to destroy the city. Where's that one? It's right here. And literally everything just goes into mass chaos, and people are going in every direction. It's just the stupidest thing. It's just stupid. Okay. So look, we'll start at the end of the table again. How does drop off go for you?
When I said the mornings were the worst, I lied. It's the drop off.
Bazinga.
Because my mornings are so bad, I'm always running late. And for, the people with taste, like the Revere people listening, we know that our buildings are under Yep, see, ding ding. Our buildings are under construction, so there's a very little area for you to drive in the school. Why does it take me 25 minutes to drop off my kid? Like, really, I want her to tuck and roll and jump out of the car so I can make it for my 8:30 meeting. Tuck and roll, right? But I can't because somebody always parks in front of me to get out of the car to walk their little child to the door where the police officer is standing.
So your kid is fine.
They're
Child is
totally fine. And there's a parking spot 10 yards that way. Right?
All right, so
Nuts.
Kelly Abbott says hello. And then someone, Facebook user, which must mean they don't like me or they block me or something. I don't know. It says, homeschooling for the win. We got up today at 10:30 and did school by the pool. Well,
Genius.
yay you, okay?
Can I roll one more? Are you up for a third grade?
Yeah. So, okay. All right, so continue.
Well,
Bazinga.
I feel like a spoiled little girl right now because I have this thing called a yellow school bus.
Okay.
And it comes to the end of my driveway.
Yours comes to the end of your driveway?
It comes to the end of my driveway.
And I'll be honest, that's cool. And we did that. With
It's fantastic.
Well, okay. Well,
It just
you're
goes.
hold on. You're saying that now. Okay. Just wait.
Well, if you're
Just-
talking about bad kids on the school bus, my kid has been bullied on the school bus. This is a real thing. So he's only in 3rd grade, and it started in 1st. But
Yeah, it's pretty
So
bad.
we've walked through those things. So it definitely comes with its bad parts. But when it comes to the morning routine, I stand at my front door, and they leave, and then I'm standing at my front door, and they come home.
Well, I'm not even talking about that part. I'm talking about winter. Everything changes.
Or
no,
when
no,
the
no.
bus,
You
or
put
when the
their
bus
snow
breaks
boots
down.
on, and you say,
And they walk.
go.
No, not the kids.
No,
The bus.
it's the bus.
It's when the bus
just
is a half hour late and your kid's standing out there in the snow.
Take it from us, okay? Just be ready. All right, when that
If
bus
you want to rain on my parade or snow on my parade,
when that
at it.
when that bus
right now it's nice.
when that bus is an hour late, just be ready. Well, no, and this is what this is all about. It's parents sharing parent
What
stuff.
do you mean? They call school off when like it's flaking outside.
Yeah.
Flaking. Is
Yeah.
that a
Probably
thing?
now.
I
I went to school, we never had a snow day.
Right now it's like there might be snow tonight, so we
we're
better
gonna
not
call
have
it
school
for tomorrow.
today.
all right. So I have. Hey Andrew, welcome. Dorothy says.
Hey, that's my husband.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
your hubby.
If you have opinions, you share them in the comments,
Yeah,
Andrew.
Andrew, you share your
love your
opinions about busing. Dorothy says, "Laugh out loud at Tuck and Roll." I have video of that hill right there. Okay,
Yeah,
and
that
I
was-
sent it to
that
Oh,
Akron.
I
Scary.
saw that.
Yeah,
That was
and then
scary.
the bus is coming down sideways, and we're like, yeah, we had school today. It's like solid ice, right? But my point is, it's cool now, and you're enjoying it, but
They just seem to never pick the right days. Like they'll have a snow day and there's no snow, and then they don't have a snow day, and then that happens.
Yeah.
with the crazy
Because they've
bus.
already called too many no snow
Right.
days.
well, and it's hard. It's hard to. It's a rough job, right? Because you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. Because what happens is the worst thing that can happen is when it hits right at 7:00. So in other words, you didn't plan on a snowstorm, and all of a sudden we're driving and we're literally getting obliterated, and they didn't cancel.
Yeah, I don't even think it was last year. It was as much as the snow as it was the cold.
It was cold.
We called several times because the school
Ice
bus
and
doors were freezing open when
Yeah.
they would open them for the kids, and they couldn't shut it
Right,
again.
right.
Yeah.
They canceled us one year because they couldn't. The buses started because they had sat over winter break,
It's diesel.
and they couldn't start them back up.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. I just don't like it.
No, I'm just telling you, stuff's coming.
And I think that we should just all move to the Carolinas.
I don't know. It's too much heat and humidity
And this
for me.
time, I'm not going to pass the
I,
mic.
I like the sun. Yeah, yeah.
Good job.
I like sun. All right, so yeah, go ahead.
I do a mix. So Copley uses the same school buses to transport their high schoolers, their middle school, and their elementary. So
Did you see that?
our high schoolers.
Did you read that?
I'm sorry. There's a comment
There's a
that says
comment.
someone needs to dip the Oreo in the wine.
I can't believe
And
I missed
since
out on this.
I'm a team player, and I have this Oreo I touched.
See,
You do it, let's do it.
Jennifer.
See what this is.
I feel like I should let it soak.
Bazinga.
I think so too. You gotta dunk it all the way until the air bubbles stop. Remember?
I don't know how this is gonna go. This could be really bad as far as.
It could be bad. Okay, I think that's enough.
That's
All right,
good.
go ahead.
See.
It's a double stuffed
Cool
wine
story, bro.
Oreo.
You may have discovered like.
invented the next thing.
Yeah, this could be like a thing.
What are your thoughts?
Like peanut butter and chocolate.
It's fine. It wasn't enough. I think red wine would be the thing. Because you usually do red
We
with
have
chocolate.
that too.
You do
it's
red wine with
sweet.
chocolate.
Oh man.
All right, so
But you're welcome.
you were saying.
Welcome.
What?
So-
Wait, she's actually saying that this is good. So Dorothy does this apparently.
You do it on purpose?
She said, it's-
Dorothy, do you
she
prefer
goes,
white
whoa,
or
it says
red?
so good. Okay, all
Dorothy,
right.
what other amazing wine tricks do you have for us tonight?
The show just took a huge turn, which I feel moms and school and wine and Oreos go together. So
We are off the reservation.
Just do it!
All right.
Okay.
So Dorothy, we made Dorothy's day. All right. So keep going.
So our buses transport high school, middle school, and Arrowhead. So our high schoolers board buses at like between 6:30 and 6:45, but their school starts at 7 and so on. I sometimes send my kids on the bus. I'm not going to lie, when it's cold and there's snow, I send them on the bus because I don't want to sit in a cold car. But when it's warm and nice and we're still at the beginning of the year, I take them. But when they're on the bus for like 30 minutes because we
That's the beautiful part. It makes the school day 60 minutes longer.
See, Ava's bus is over an hour ride.
Yeah.
That's awful.
The ride to school is 33 minutes, and the ride home from school
It's-
is like 45. And the reason is my kid we are right next to the school. So you would think, leave the school and do our neighborhood first. No, we leave the school, they go to the farthest place and work their way back
Well, they do
so
this.
that they can grab the middle schoolers then and then work their way back, and they're right there for that because they use the same buses. So
I can't
I
believe
do a little both.
our entire show has turned into an Oreo show. All the comments coming in right now are about Oreos. Like That's right, Danielle. That you got to put peanut butter and jelly on your Oreo.
Okay,
peanut butter.
Jennifer,
Butter.
no.
Peanut butter.
Cindy
How did this
said-
turn into an Oreo show?
Wait, Cindy said Oreos and peanut butter. There are Oreo peanut butters. There's also birthday cake Oreos. Oreos are doing a thing. They got all these flavors.
I just think
kinda
it's
like that
funny
Lay's.
because if Hank had pitched the idea of, hey guys, let's do an Oreo show.
we need an Oreo sponsor. We should
But
contact
you know what?
them.
There's all kinds of Oreos. There's birthday cake. There's key lime.
We need
That
to
was
do
one
an
of the
Oreo
craziest ones I
tasting.
had.
Who would be in to be on our show if we did an Oreo tasting show?
Oreo dipped in wine tasting show.
Oh my God! All right, so
We do wine tasting shows.
noted. That will be a filler.
Why didn't I get invited?
Some
I
point-
kind of was invited.
At
to
some
wine
point
tasting.
in November, we'll do, like as we're approaching holidays, let's do a show on treats.
We should do a show on cake pops.
Just random
I know
treats.
somebody
A little
who
bit of
can make cake pops.
I have
They
a
got
little bit of experience
All right,
there.
so-
that could be fun.
All right, so as I mentioned,
Squirrel.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're only on question 3. Come
I know,
on.
right?
Come on, Hank.
You
So-
need to keep us on.
Well,
I've got opinions.
well, do you have any?
About,
Kate,
let's
do you
talk
have
about homework.
You got anything about drop off? Our drop offs are pretty easy. I mean, besides, see, Miller is very structured in terms of his drop off. They got 2 guards that escort you in, and you know, you go right to the door, right?
Oh, I have a comment with that. With you not being allowed to go in, her being in preschool. I don't know if this is an all. I'm not even. I can get out of my car and open my kid's door, which
In
I would
what?
never do.
You're not allowed in the building.
They won't even let us in the building. Like we can't even. We
Well,
can't even think
hey.
about
During
getting
the
through
first
doors.
week, you're supposed to be allowed to go in the building with your kid. This is what they sent home for us. You
Yeah.
can go in the building, especially if they're having a rough time. My child's like, "Bye, ma."
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. I mean, and for them, it's more of come gather the kids, take them in as a unit, try and get it so that is an easy
They're
transition
comfortable.
for the kids, and that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, but for the most part, our drop off is pretty easy at this point.
Our drop-offs aren't bad. I think a big complaint that you see is even with the way that they have the school structured, when they still try to do the path that's for car drop-off, and then you've got carpool, and then you've got buses, and then you've got walkers, and it's a lot of craziness to put around a school, especially if it's on a busy road. So sometimes it gets congested and you get complaints. Or if it's in a neighborhood where the roads really aren't wide enough and you got stupid people driving the wrong way down the road, you get neighbors complaining. So no matter what, something's going to go wrong and you're going to have the complaints.
Okay.
You're gonna have complaints no matter what.
All right, so drop off happens, okay, and now let's focus on you guys, okay. So
About time.
Told you we were good at being selfish.
so
Come
now,
on.
here, what do I do for that? Okay,
Hey,
all right. So
how you doing?
So the point is that it's now the summer's over, kids go back to school, and you know we all have careers and jobs and stuff, but your whole routine changes as well. Okay, so how does that go for you? Because the thing is, if you're working a day job, you really don't notice it that much anyway, right? So
Yeah, it's really not that different for me until this morning happened and Ava got on the bus for the first time. And I had that uninterrupted hour.
you had an
of
hour.
shower
An
time before I went. Yeah, because they're used to me dropping Ava off and she rides the bus for an hour. So I hope my boss isn't watching, but I totally took advantage of that hour this morning.
I hope my boss.
I hope my boss isn't watching.
I took a shower by myself and it was amazing.
Good job, Ava, for
I
riding
don't
the
know.
bus.
What do I hit for that?
Yeah,
There's
We do not need a sound effect.
There's a lot of inappropriate sound effects for that one. All right, go ahead.
So
I'll just let it go.
we don't always need a sound effect.
No, you're right.
So I also work all year. So in some ways it's not different, except that now it's free. Oh yeah, we're passing Oreos to children. Keep the kids happy. But now it's free. So being a working mom, I'm always faced with this question in the summer of like, well, now what? And so I have to find a sitter and I have to pay that sitter and coordinate all of that. And it's expensive. So I celebrate back to school because I basically get a raise.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
Well, that's not getting a raise. My kid's not been in daycare for a couple years.
That's very sad.
Go ahead.
So my kids have reached that age, going kind of to that, I forget, was it Mike that said Freedom Day? My kids have reached that age where I actually enjoy spending the day with them. So I know.
Just kidding. I like my kids.
I always loved my children, but there were years where I was like, go back to school. I can't, like, you feel like you're constantly cleaning up after them. My kids, they clean up after themselves now. They will help me do things.
I have to agree with that. I remember at the end of last summer, for like 3 weeks, I kept saying they just need to go back to school. And I was working then too, so it wasn't any different in my living situation. But the difference was they were just a year younger, and so they bickered more.
Yes.
And they got bored, and they nagged at each other. But now that they're in 1st and 3rd grade, and they're just really sweet, kind brothers to each other.
You enjoy having them home.
It was just not a problem.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I enjoy my kids, but like it just wasn't a problem, and it wasn't filled with angst like it was last summer.
Yeah, the bickering, mine are 1st and 5th, and the bickering has they still bicker, but they entertain themselves, they help around the house. So the first day of school, I was like, I have to carry the groceries in myself. I went and did a big grocery. So my routine, I do miss them. I want them to be back home now. That might change as they get older. Olivia's discovering this teenage attitude, so that might change real quick. But as far as routine, I make sure that I'm home when they get home from school. So I guess that was my biggest change, because before I was working from home. I can make my own hours, but I could run and do whatever. And now I have to be home at 3:15 and I have to be home at 4. So I guess that's my biggest change.
Dorothy says, we didn't have drop-off when I was a kid. 1st grade on, we walked or rode our bike. Now no one walks or rides their bikes. Last year, the kids weren't allowed to get out of the car, and go to the door until they came and opened it. I think this is a bit too much. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very controlled, structured way of getting
that
kids
was the
so
way
nobody gets run
Herbrick
over.
was for preschool.
You got to go open the door for the kid?
I actually got yelled at.
No, the teachers come to the door I think because they've had incidences where kids have been hit by buses.
Yes.
Or that somebody pulled past another car and hit a kid. So they try to make sure that anytime, especially if you're on the school property, that it's a very structured way of getting the kids out of the car and there's no danger. And they want the kids out to the right.
Okay.
Cindy, who's on, she picked up Carter a couple times, and I remember being like, don't touch the door, don't let him get out. Carter was terrified to open the door because Mom may have got yelled at the first couple weeks because you're sitting there, and I'm like, just go, you're fine. And the teachers yelled at me because they did not open the door and let him out.
Okay. All right, Kate's up. This is for Kate here.
I believe I can fly.
So, Kate's routine changed completely. All right. So, as you can imagine, we run an at-home business with His and Hers as our wedding and party service, and she does a lot of wedding coordination. So most of her stuff is on weekends, and when she's meeting brides, it's Friday nights and doing a lot of evening work and that sort of thing because we try and accommodate our brides when their schedule is available. So you don't do a lot of work during the day with DJ stuff, okay? Point being, this is her first freedom in 3 years, basically, for the most part, because now baby is going to preschool. So now Kate gets 2.5 hours uninterrupted.
Coffee dates? I need to call you.
2.5 hours uninterrupted.
Girl, she's spending it by herself.
And now
She doesn't want it with me.
She just straight up, she's like, I get to go to the gym, I get to hang out, I get to do whatever I want. She's like, I love my kids, but yay. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right?
You're partially right.
Go on.
First of all, that 2.5 hours goes by
it does.
that. I mean,
as soon as you start to do something, you need to go pick up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's 15 minutes coming home and 15 minutes got to go back and make sure you're not late.
So it's that. You are. I didn't have a schedule during the summer. I'm the strange mom. I want my kids home. I like summer. When school's getting ready to end, I'm excited. When school's getting ready to start, I'm not happy because I like my kids home. But it's also my evenings go to
Bazinga!
Once school starts.
Random.
Because it's so-and-so has dance, and so-and-so has theater, and so-and-so has homework, and so-and-so has this homework, and work.
So you get
and
no time with them.
Yeah, so the evenings are a complete and total cluster because there's so much going on that I'm, running in a bunch of different circles trying to make sure everything's still functioning. So I'm not excited about them going back to school. Yeah, I liked my 2.5 hours, and then we lost a light. My 2.5 hours in the morning.
That's all right. Keep going.
Because
tape.
I can.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live.
Because I can get back to the gym uninterrupted. That's nice. But yeah, I'm not a fan of getting up early in the morning. So that hurts a little bit. Yeah. Not excited about school. I mean, I didn't have the emotional issue when we dropped off our last child at school like my husband did.
Was there flies in your
I was not emotional. It's just I realized that we're at a conclusion point. This was the first of the last, right? So at this point...
Well...
What?
Never mind.
So you weren't emotional. You just were emotional.
No, I wasn't emotional, per se. I was...
you weren't really expecting Addie. Maybe it'll be another...
I was...
That went with my comment. Perfectly. It went perfectly with my comment.
The point is that I wasn't... I don't think I was ready for it, is what it really came down to. Like, we're gearing up. We're getting ready for preschool. And then we walk her down, and it's like, oh, my God, she's going to preschool, And I'm thinking, now I got 3 weddings coming. Then I have to pay for all the stuff, and then the one I got to pay for the bar. I mean,
That is not what you were thinking.
What? What was I thinking?
We got there, and she wasn't Clingy McCryerson, and you were like, oh.
Enough about me. We're moving on.
Like,
all right, we're moving on. Cindy says, my kids go to a different district 20 minutes away, so by the time I drive home and drive back, it's already 40 minutes that I've consumed. It's easier to just stay in the area. All right, so on to our next question then. So as the day goes on, day's over now, it's time for pickup. Now, pickup is this. Where'd it go? It's this. So pickup is much more violent than drop-off. Drop-off at least is somewhat organized. Pickup is all hands on deck, every man for themselves, and it is total chaos. Like if you case
for Akron Public.
Is someone out in front of the house right now?
No.
Nobody's out there. Apparently.
I mean, Cleveland Skeletons stop by every once in a while. You never know.
That's not funny.
All right, it's happened.
Oh, it's
all
almost that season too.
Yeah, I know. So the point is that
as long as he brings Galley Boys in.
The point is that Case was an epic disaster for the first few days. I don't know. Has it gotten better?
Do they still just release the children?
Well, no.
Now it's like no.
I had to one time pick up. This was probably she's 10, probably 5 years ago. I had to pick up somebody's kid from an Akron public school over by the highway.
Bless
I forget
them.
what it's called. And literally, they were released into the playground area. I had to park by the gate, and the kids just randomly came to the cars. Is that how it is?
I don't know what it is. I mean, I know Miller goes out. Different kids go out certain doors.
Store gatherings.
But Case has got new stuff going on this year because the way the building was set up before, they came out different doors and it was picked up in different areas and it was a little less organized than what it is now. Which, if you ask the neighbors who live by the school, they would disagree with me. It's more organized now, but it's new. They're all still learning the routine, the structure, and like I said, you've got some parents who think that their car needs to be where their car needs to be, and they either get in the way of everyone else, or they get mad at everybody else, or whatever. But no, they try to be a little bit more structured with it now.
So Jennifer's got an interesting question, okay? And that is, how long is this broadcast going to go? Quit talking about easy stuff. I want to talk about bigger issues like a kid with ADD going to a new school, all right?
Yes.
Do we have any of those issues? I mean, go ahead.
So Ava's not in a new school, but Ava has ADHD, and our experience hasn't been so great over the past couple of years.
Okay.
Right? So from bullying to not sitting still to medication to getting on the wrong school bus and off at an inappropriate stop, it has been some hurdles. So Jen,
Okay.
I hear you. I get it.
Well, and it's interesting because we had one with, what did she, which D's did she have? Which H's did she have?
Jillian was ADD.
Okay. And she kind of outgrew it. I mean, at this point, There she is over there. Hi.
I think she
Hi,
still
Junior.
shows tendencies of
Hi,
it,
Junior.
but she was on medication for so long that it got to the point where I'm like, she was doing well in school.
Yeah.
And we had taken her off the medication for the summer, and the doctor's like, if she can, the main thing was they wanted her to be able to maintain her focus in school. And she was able to do that. We had Wyatt tested because we thought he was showing the same tendencies because he had a hard time sitting still. He was very fidgety. And one of the things that they had suggested was talk with the teacher and see if your child can have like a stress ball to sit with at their chair, or
Whatever happened to fidget spinners?
or that they
Are they gone?
have.
Yeah, no, so they don't allow them to have any of that stuff.
Can't let 'em
Because
have
how
any
do
of
you
that.
single out one child that's allowed to do it when the others aren't, unless you have this magic paper that starts with 3 letters and it's like gold and it's impossible
Yep.
to get,
Yeah.
and it's called an IE.
Well, I can
Yeah.
talk a little on that.
Or see if you can have her have a specific chair. And what he suggested was put stuff on the bottom of the chair.
Yeah.
So that she can run her hands on the bottom of the
Yes.
chair. Then that's a distraction to her, but keeps her focused and in her seat.
So all of those things that the doctors would recommend, you can't do now, at least in our district, without that magic 3-letter word.
Okay, so
Well, how come you don't have that magic 3-letter word? Did you pursue it?
you gotta
yeah,
fight like
I've
crazy.
been pursuing it for 3 years.
Did we? What's our history? She never had one. Right?
She might have, but Wyatt didn't.
Right.
So
Go ahead.
Olivia is ADD, and Olivia is ADD, and I do not use medication, and I don't use medication because I had a bad history of medication for ADHD, and I still struggle sometimes kind of learning tendencies. So Olivia, we in the mornings have very laid out routines. She went to a new school this year. We toured the school 3 times. Olivia hides hers very well on the outside, but I get the anxiety dump when she's home. So for everyone else, she looks like this outgoing, got this. She's also in acting, so she's very good at playing that role. And then when she comes home, she's a panic. So going to the new school this year, we walked through the school a few times. We talked to the counselors and all of that to make sure. I actually had pictures of where she would go to kind of help that routine. These are things that I do at home. Olivia does have an IEP. It took me removing her from the school, putting her in a private school, and fighting for 3 years to finally be able to get that IEP.
What a shame. How does it come to
Absolutely.
Well-
I started in kindergarten. I put her through private tutoring
Yep.
for 4 months, which I'm still paying for because it was outrageous. I moved her and everything to get it. So it's not something that's easy to get. But if you have an IEP, she has Velcro on the bottom of her seat, and she can do this. We chose not for her to be removed because she's very socially sensitive. So for her to be removed from class, Olivia will lie and say she's okay and doesn't need help, so she's not removed. So we have certain signs. She has a cup, and if she sets this cup on the shelf next to her, it tells the teacher that she needs help without her peers knowing it. So there has been countless time I have spent at school to get these things aligned. My best recommendation for any child that has anxiety or suffers from ADD or ADHD is to work for the IEP, which is very difficult, but routine, flashcards, post-it notes. She has post-it notes on everything to kind of walk her through things so she doesn't forget stuff.
And I think a lot of it comes around to the standardized testing that we do. So we want to see, can they pass on their own? And if they can't, now we'll give them the help that they can do. I don't understand how the day before school started, we're touring the school to do the meet and greet with the teachers. And my 8-year-old is having a panic attack already about that 3rd grade test, to where she makes the comment to the teacher, I'm so nervous, or the principal it was, I'm so nervous about the test, and her response is, yeah, I don't like it either, honey, and just walked away. So we build up all this anxiety and all this pressure that you have to do all these things, and if you're not good enough against your peers, and then what does that create?
Exactly. And the standardized test I agree. They have created that. They've created extra anxiety that some students didn't have. On the other side, having an IEP, my kids' scores don't matter, which as a parent, I'm not okay with that. I still want, Olivia knows her scores don't matter. She knows that if she didn't pass at 3rd grade, she was going on because she had that IEP. As a parent who wants my child to reach a certain level, her score to me, I want her still to know that matters.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't need to have the anxiety and the stress that all these other, that they put on them, but it still is important.
All right, let me pause us here and let's do this. Why don't we do a show on special needs? Okay, let's back it up. I'll put it in the middle of November, December, that time frame when we're like slow in terms of our material, because today I just want to finish up and focus on just the school days and our routines right now. Okay, but you touched on some very important topics. So, and literally that could be completely its own
Definitely.
show. Okay,
It definitely could.
Let's do that. Also, while we're doing this, I had a message come in from a former teacher that said that someone is pleading right now for fans to be donated to one of the schools that does not have air conditioning. Okay, I brought it up on Facebook today. Do all the schools have air conditioning at this point? The answer is no. Okay, so when you start the school year, and all this does is contribute to our angst and our issues as parents. Because now it's 96 degrees, and you're sending this kid to this unair conditioned building, and everyone's like, "Oh, just suck it up." I got
There's
people.
all kinds of fun.
I got
comments on
people
there.
commenting on me, telling me, "Oh, well, they could suck it up," and soldiers walk around the desert carrying rucksacks when it's 120 degrees. They're soldiers. We're talking about kids that are K through 8 here, okay?
It's also the concentration. They're
just
hot, but
I'm
you're
like, are
expecting
you
to
kidding me?
concentrate.
You're sticking the kid in a hot box for 8 hours. 8 hours where they're not allowed to go anywhere else. And I'm sorry, but I got a little, in case you didn't notice, I got a little worked up about it because I'm thinking, just a question. It was just a question. And it shined a light on this issue, which 75 to 80% of the schools are now air conditioned, and there's just a little segment that aren't, and they're literally getting hot boxed. Okay, so I don't know. The point is, it came in while we're doing this. Okay.
Well, but you're gonna get the comments from the older adults who say, "I didn't have air conditioning when I went to school," but I want to remind the older adults, we didn't have the testing these kids have. We weren't stuck in front of a computer as much as what these kids are stuck in front of a computer. I didn't start computers until high school.
I was in 4th grade.
These kids start computers at 3.
cursive.
All right, to bring us to that was my
Really?
my
And-
mini rant. My bad.
And
My bad. Go
we
ahead.
had recess more often. These kids don't get out.
Yeah,
as
but
much
even
as
with
we did.
recess, Cece said today that the building was warmer and hotter inside than
outside.
But the thing is people are upset because the kids aren't sitting still in school, and we are putting a lot of pressure on them at an early age. We're not allowing them to burn off the energy that they have, and they're in an extremely hot environment where there is no airflow.
Okay. All right. To get us back on topic, I just got rubbed by a.
What's the topic?
I just got rubbed by a cat. Who needs? Yeah.
I had a teacher who turned off her AC because she was too cold.
That's fine. Okay.
And we were all sweating.
All right. Okay. All right. Love you, daughter. All right. So the next topic is after school activities. Do you limit them? How do you? What's your rules when it comes to after school activities?
I am a dance mom, so I have gave my heart, soul, and social life and retired my dating scene to
Which is the last question on the
sign
script
over
here.
my paycheck to a dance studio so she can thrive.
Okay. But how does it? Does it interrupt with school? How does that work?
You know what? So for Ava's challenges that she faces, it's actually really good because it adds a lot of structure and discipline to her day. So she knows exactly what's going to come. And if she doesn't complete the tasks from school, she's unable to go to do the thing that she loved. So going to the dance studio every night is great. Also, it keeps her active and keeps her away from those screens, right? And physical.
Yes.
So I'm all for it 100%, and I will make every sacrifice I can to keep her there, right?
Okay.
The
Okay.
sucky part is I've now become an Uber service without the fees
Yep.
and the tipping. And
You're a mom taxi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody should create a kid taxi.
Yep.
Those exist. Those are a thing. And Comey
Maybe
will
there'll
make
be
that
an
next.
app. Is there an app for that yet?
Okay,
Because
There's almost an app for that.
I'll tell you what.
And actually, there are.
There's some money there. All right.
Huh.
But hey, we're not
Do you
letting
wanna
any.
invest in that?
We're not letting any cats out of the bag. Okay. So, but hey, breaking news: 330. Here we go. All right, go ahead.
Anyways, my oldest doesn't want to do any after-school activities. So that we kind of have like the flip side of like, well, you've got to try something. Like he's very anxious. He's an anxious kid, like you guys were talking about, and he doesn't like group social things. And so he has no interest. And he also is very smart, which is awesome, but also makes him very, he lacks confidence to try things he might not be naturally good at. So he lacks confidence to try things he might not already know how to do. So not only does he not want to go to the social activity, but he doesn't want to also go to the social activity where he might try something and not be good at it. So we have the struggle in the opposite of way of like, come on, like you got to pick something. You don't have to do everything. Can you try something? And our younger one, he's just getting into that. And I know he's going to want to do all the things. Mm-hmm. And so our rule is going to be that you just do one thing at one time. So we're not going to be doing tons of things all the time. It's not going to rule our lives. No interest in that.
Okay.
So I used to have that rule, one thing at a time. However, my kids have never done only one thing at a time. I'm not consistent in that at all. Mm-hmm. We are very busy, very, very busy. Olivia does theater, which consumes our entire Saturday. My kids are in a youth church program Sunday nights. My kids are in another youth church program Wednesday nights, both of them. Plus, Carter does taekwondo, and Olivia is starting vocal lessons. So 3 out of 5 evenings we are at those. But the busy person that I am, I've balanced those pretty well. We just make sure that they know what to expect. Olivia has to know this is Monday, this is dance day, this is Wednesday, Mom won't be home, kind of thing. I agree that my kids do too much. And most people will tell me that, but we are focusing on church programs and what is she's thriving in, which is her theater and her singing. So I allow it.
We try and do one. You Kate, you take this one, okay? What? We do.
We have 4.
We do one.
I don't think it's a thing of us limiting it. I mean, I like the kids to try stuff to see what they want. I'm not going to tell them what they can and can't do as far as if they're interested in this and not interested in that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that parent who says, well, you're going to play soccer because I played soccer.
I was that parent.
Yes, you were.
Didn't work out.
It did not work out at all.
Both the 2 kids I tried.
You do not have a soccer player.
No. No.
It's possible. I got one left. I got one chance left.
She's eating enough Oreos to be honest.
Cool story, bro.
We've got our oldest who is involved in theater at the school, and she has a job, and just other random things at the school. She's part of an I can't say it.
Advocacy?
Thank you. Group. So she's a little bit busy with that. The next one is in dance. That's it. Just dance. Then Wyatt, nothing. He wants to try this, he wants to try that, but his attention span is that of a drunk gnat. You know, it's like here today, gone tomorrow.
Gnat.
Yes.
Bruh.
Gone tomorrow.
That may have been the best analogy I've ever heard.
A drunk gnat. I'm going to use that.
Oh, I say that all the time. She got that from me.
I
Drunk
did
gnat. I got
not.
24 hours to live, and I'm not going to waste it here. You know what that's from? Bug's Life.
Yeah.
It's from Bug's Life. I got 24 hours to live. Let's go. Woo! So we always just say a drunk gnat, and that gives that analogy, right? He's just spinning top. Squirrel.
Yeah, that's
squirrel,
why.
squirrel.
And then Addie is starting dance this year, and it's just one dance class on Saturday.
Yeah,
so, shush it.
Oh,
It's not that we have decided to limit them on stuff, but like Jillian and Sierra have found the things that they really enjoy, and that's where they put their focus. We're still trying to find that for Wyatt. So I want them to try stuff to figure out where they want to put their focus.
You go.
And that's important. There has been one time where I will say I'm that parent. I love baseball. We go to Rubber Ducks games. We had season tickets. We go to Indians game. My kids are not allowed to play softball or t-ball ever again.
Just do it!
We tried this last year. They both actually liked it. We were at the field 4 nights a week and a 2-hour game on Saturday, and it was just enough that I finally was like, now let's play. Yeah.
Just hectic.
There was no way. Like, I couldn't keep up with it. So Carter this year was like, can I play t-ball? And I went, no, you're not allowed to play.
Isn't it funny that, like, I call my mom all the time, and I'm sitting in the same dance studio she used to rot her life away in for me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, and thank you.
Well, and you know what? My mom, and actually if Glenn is still on, my mom and Glenn spent their life at the baseball field. And I think I remembered that, like, growing up. with my brother being at the he was a catcher and all that. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Well, that's what my mom. There were 6 of us. We were all involved in sports year round, and my mom was part of the boosters, and my mom was active in the school, and my mom was active in the church, and my dad worked 2 jobs. He was a farmer, and then he worked at a factory. So he would get up at like 4 a.m, go to the factory, come home at 3:30, and then work on the farm until 11 at night. So my mom ran us everywhere.
Thanks, Dad.
So, I mean, it
My
amazes
father-in-law.
me all that she did because there were 6 of us. And I mean, I played soccer, I played basketball, I ran track, and then I swam in the summer. So it's like 3-ring circus. Ah!
Yeah. And that kind of leads us into like, I don't know where you want to lead us, but the way I'm thinking
I had something.
is like I'm right at that stage where somebody was like, "Does your kid need a ride to practice?" And I went, "What?" Like that carpool stage where like people want to take them. Like I'm just on the edge of it, but it sounds like a beautiful thing.
Listen, you are my carpool queen.
Oh, that's
Danielle,
true.
you want Ava?
Okay, so I'm with you on the whole dance thing because this. You've never
taken dance?
I was
Never?
I was in musicals and I'm musically oriented, as everyone knows. I dance and
She's saying something very different over there. She's showing us how
are
to
you
dance.
are you telling me that I'm
Stay in your zone.
Stay in your zone?
Are you Kevin, what's his name? Are you Kevin Jamesing me right now?
Stay in your zone.
Come on, man. I've retired Thriller, okay?
Have you officially retired it? I read that.
I
was like,
officially
done.
retired
All
it,
done.
and then it got used
No,
like
it's
2
all
or 3
done.
times afterward.
The
Anyway,
costume has gone missing.
Kelly Horton just joined us. Hi, Erica. Hi, Kelly. So
oh, Kelly has a new
I'm
kindergartner
now
too.
I'm now a dance parent, right?
Welcome to the club.
Well, it's such an exasperating club, and the problem is she's good. So it's like
That's the problem.
no, it is because if she would just kind of suck at like 1 or 2 of the disciplines, but because she's good at every discipline, I'm now paying for classes of every discipline. So we are in
Ballet,
1,
modern,
2,
tap.
3.
We did not do hip hop.
And then we're in performance teams and all this other
right
junk.
there with you.
Okay? The point is, I'm paying for class 1, and Sheena, we love you. So, Sheena, if you're watching right now, okay, we love you. We support you, okay? She's pouring more wine. So, the point is, we got...
You have to finish the bottle. It's rude.
So,
to
not
leave it.
only are we paying for every class, which is,
just need a bigger
but then
cup
on
to
top of
start
that,
with.
on top of the class, on top of the classes, now we're paying for the costumes, and we're paying for the shoes. So... Cease comes to me last night, and she goes, "Hey, they're considering putting me up." I'm like, "Okay. I'm going to go into Ballet 3. Mm-hmm. Ballet 3, right? I'm going to go into Ballet 3, and they're going to put me on point." I'm like...
Do you know how much point shoes are?
She goes, "They're $250. I go, I haven't had a pair of shoes more than $100.
Our dance studio is having a consignment sale in a few weeks. You're coming. It's great. We're going to hook you up.
All right. But I'm going, I looked at her, I'm like, and her feet are like this big. I mean, they're like Zydrunas Sogalska's feet. And I'm thinking, but I'm like
She
this.
does have big feet.
And do you know how to sew? Because you have to do those laces all the time, Daddy.
No.
This may be good.
No. Absolutely not. That's on her. All right. The point is, I am just enamored at all the stuff that's involved, and I look at these other sports. I look at hockey. The equipment.
I wish.
The equipment.
We would be in hockey in a heartbeat if the closest place it was.
But I look at
equipment for hockey.
I look
football.
at lacrosse.
I want it.
I look at lacrosse. I look at all these sports that it's just money.
But if they're individual, it's money. But if it's school ran, because we are right, so Olivia just started 5th grade. So now if she does a sport, I basically pay like $110 for the year.
Okay.
And they provide everything. So all
I
this
wish
football
my
players.
kid did a sport
that's
that
not
a
how.
school would sponsor.
No.
But
Yeah.
Dance club is a bunch of girls.
And then
in
hockey.
short skirts.
We have dance as part of Copley,
No,
and they provide all the uniforms. You pay $100 to enroll.
Hockey, lacrosse, and field hockey, you got to buy your own equipment. I'm pretty
Not
sure.
lacrosse and
It
Copley.
depends on the school and the sport.
Yeah.
Like if it's a club sport or if it's a school-sponsored sport.
Maybe
Lacrosse
I don't know. What's
is
up, Miller?
a sponsored sport at Copley, and they pay
Andrew
the
Barrett.
$100 enrollment, and everything's paid for and covered.
Miller just joined.
Hi, Mr. Voiles.
Mr. Double Play.
Hi,
All right, so next I'm going to couple the two together. We're almost done. You guys are doing great. I appreciate your time.
Does anybody else have any other questions so we're not just like talking to ourselves?
No, they've been asking questions. We've been doing our thing.
You should have plugged
Let's
that.
tag team.
All right, so next I'll couple the next two together. Her phone died. Here's this one. I haven't played this one yet. It's because her phone died.
My own sound effects.
It's because her phone died. I said you could use the cowbell anytime you want. Yeah.
Need more cowbell.
I need that for this question.
All right, so here we go.
I need it for this question.
All right, so next question is I'm going to put them together, and that is dinner routine and homework. How are those handled? Because that all changes as well. So go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a little chaotic with, dance mom syndrome. So everything is twice a week on meal prep, and a lot of those are hot. Thermos. Thermos are my best friend because you can have a hot meal in the wintertime and put it in the morning, which is amazing.
What is that, like a...
Like a thermos, but then they have cute little characters on it, so your kid will actually eat out of it.
Okay.
Your kid eats food just because it has a face on it?
Yeah. I told you she's special.
I don't care what I put on the container. She or he is not eating any of that.
We'll eat the quinoa and carrots as long as it's in the Minion cup. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to borrow one of those cups.
It's on.
It's dry.
So yeah, everything's meal prepped and very well organized. And as far as homework goes, again, I think I shared it at the beginning with y'all. If your homework ain't done, you don't get the Wi-Fi password of the day, which means you will be bored out of your mind because nothing in my house works, including the television.
Really?
No Wi-Fi password. That's a nuclear bomb.
It is, but your sound effects are just
It
consuming.
took about a week of, like, the temper tantrums on the floor before she figured out that I wasn't capable.
Okay.
Oh, those are fun.
Just when you lock yourself in your room with a bottle of wine.
Eating in our house is not our strong suit. We eat out way too much. So
Okay.
I'm going to be listening to all these tips and taking them because before I came here tonight, we had ourselves a McDonald's dinner box because we were just like, it's not happening.
Did you see my Facebook McDonald's post?
You have a lot of Facebook posts.
What's
hard
what
to
I do.
keep
I
up.
entertain, right? So it was the picture of me in the truck approaching
Oh,
the line.
yes. What
where
line do
there's-
you go
You know,
into?
when there's double lines,
That's a stressful moment.
do you...
I'm
My
serious.
anxiety
I'm gonna-
is
wrong,
all
and you're
time
like-
high.
I'll ask you the same thing I asked the world, and the world was like really harsh, okay? Do you
I won't be harsh.
Do you hover and wait?
That is the correct thing to do.
Or
The
do you
correct
pick a lane?
thing to do, no, the correct thing if you watch the lines on the road is you're in one line until
And
it's
then
time
you
to
split.
split.
Right. Okay, so the next...
Look at her. She's even looking at the lines
So
on the road.
then the next question was,
You
do
should look on
do
lines
you
on the
ever
road.
drive around that
No.
person and
No.
go, there's
Never.
a lot
Wait,
of
wait,
people.
wait.
You never drive around to anyone.
No,
I have
if
learned.
the hover, if the hover person is like a full car length and a half away and hasn't chosen, you go around them.
No.
No, any of
Did-
my
but no,
friends
did
are
you-
watching.
did
They
you
know
look
what
at
my
his
car
picture?
looks like.
If
If
every-
we can clearly say, do not pass
No.
people.
But you guys,
The
if
picture-
everyone hovers, everyone will win.
But the picture of the
I let them
hover
win.
was the
I-
person waiting for the car to move away from the speaker.
I'm okay with that.
Who cares?
No, they need to choose the line.
But why does it matter?
I agree that they
wait.
shouldn't be hovering.
It doesn't matter because whenever the person moves from the speaker, guess what? They're going to go there.
The point is,
Why does it matter
The point is-
if they're hovering back?
But
I do it
pe-
at ATMs too. I
people
hover
were
back
like-
and I wait.
people were like upset with me, number one, that I was
You were a
saying
truck.
I was
You have to go on the
hovering,
outside anyway.
And number two, that I was going to McDonald's in the first place.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got like this,
Yeah.
I got like a lifestyle lecture.
No, we got the dinner box. That means 2 Big Macs, 2 cheeseburgers, 10 chicken nuggets,
4
and
fries.
4 small fries.
Yeah, hello.
It didn't.
Did you finish the box? That's the question.
It did not
Whole
go in the
family,
trash.
It did not go-
$12, $15, whatever.
Done.
Right? And you know what? I was running errands in the pouring down rain, and I needed to be here on time to drink wine and eat Oreos. I took a sacrifice for you guys. I ate McDonald's dinner box.
She took one for the team.
Took one for the team.
All right, so
Our other strategies for dinner are to go to my mother-in-law's house. That was a great one.
okay.
And
Does this mean that neither one of you prefer to cook? Is that what I'm
no,
picking
neither
up
of
on?
us prefer to cook. When we're in a good routine, and this will happen like maybe twice a week, I grocery shop and buy ingredients for meals, and then my husband will cook it if it's there. So that's a nice routine when we make it happen. I know, it's cute. But we're also very busy people, so we're just on the go, which gets into homework. I hate homework.
Yes.
I hate homework because I'm not quite like you. I don't love having my kids around all the time. And in fact, my shirt says, "Mama needs a timeout."
I'm not saying not all the time.
I'm pro having a break from my kids. But when they're at school all day and we're busy in the evenings, fitting in homework time is hard. And I'll feel different. I think I will feel differently when they're older. But right now, their homework feels useless.
It is useless. It doesn't mean
And like
it is.
my kids do like to read, and they're reading enough.
You won't feel different when they're older.
They'll still be useless. Yeah.
Can you do the third and second
No.
grade math homework?
No.
Because new math sucks.
I Google and I give her the answer, and I'm like,
I'm
here's the
sorry.
answer. Figure out the work because
I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
I'm actually a huge.
You do it.
I can show you how I got the answer, but and she gets mad. She's like, but my teacher's gonna get mad. I'm like, don't write how I got it, but there's the answer.
I'm actually a huge fan of new math, so I'll be.
I just don't know
Okay,
it. Can't figure it
okay.
out. So
I love it. So.
all right. So first, I have to comment to this: no hockey wrestling is best. Not gonna happen. My kid is never wrestling.
What's wrong with a singlet?
I can't get over the outfits. To be completely honest, I can't get over the outfits. My kid can't wrestle.
Come on.
Can't happen. So I have an open floor plan in my house.
Open floor plan. I know what that is from HGTV.
Yes, it's an open floor plan. My wonderful husband and his cousins. I have a beautiful kitchen, dining room, living room. It's all in one open floor plan.
Okay.
So
Is there a sound effect for that?
there is not a sound effect. I have a doorbell in that same room too.
Okay.
So I start dinner as they're doing homework. So Olivia now gets home at 3:30, and I start dinner. We eat really early. We eat at like 5. My husband gets hungry at 5. He's old. He goes to bed at like 7:38. Not even joking. So I start dinner while she's doing homework. I cook dinner.
Bruh.
By the time Carter gets home, dinner's like in the oven, ready to go. When he's done with his homework, we sit down and eat. I do cook most nights. My husband is a phenomenal cook, but he doesn't cook anymore. I don't know why. I cook like chicken fingers and French fries. He cooks like good meals. But so dinner routine is pretty. It's actually easier when they're at school because it makes me be home to eat at normal hours.
I do have another comment about homework because I hate it less this year. Because I don't know what my kid's teacher is doing, but she's amazing. She's instilled some kind of responsibility in him. So he came home the first day, and he's like, okay, for the next 26 days, each day has a letter, and I have to do something special each day. And one, like crazy socks, bring your favorite book, all these things. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. But then he comes running into my room, and he's like, look, I've got my crazy socks on. I'm like, I don't know what your teacher's doing, but I love it. If the teachers can instill responsibility and, like, make them realize that it's their responsibility to do their homework, it's not mom's job to get it out and say, hey, did you do it? Here it is. I love his teacher, and we're only on, like,
No, and he
5.
sounds excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
He's excited about it. That's it. So Olivia's the only one that's had homework, and she's reached that age where she can do it on her own for the most part. Because of her IEP and stuff, we struggle with some reading disabilities and some math, so I have to help her here and there. I can't do math. I'm in tears during homework time. So when Carter starts bringing stuff home, the wine might have to come out at like 2 in the afternoon, so I'm well prepared by the time he gets home.
Oh, boy.
I thought I'd at least be able to do homework till middle school.
Exactly.
Right?
I can't even do she was in 4th grade last year.
Did you
and
almost just
Are
swear?
you smarter
I
than a
did
5th
not.
grader?
No,
Did I need
I'm
to?
not.
I got a beep for that. Go ahead. You can.
I did not say it. I
Okay,
did not
all right.
say it. I stopped.
I got it right there. It's right there.
Did you put that on there just for me?
Yes. Yeah. Whoa. And there's that. All right. So I think we're up. Okay. I'll say it this way. I am our primary cook, and Kate is.
Aren't you do you go shopping every day for your dinner?
No.
No, I mean.
How often do you go to Acme?
I'm an Acme Meat Week guy, so I'll go and buy $200 to $300 worth of meat and put it in the chest freezer.
I do most of the shopping. He does most of the cooking.
Well, no, because I do. I'll stock up the freezer for Meat Week, and so in other words, I purchase the base, so chicken, beef, ribs, all that stuff, whatever it is, right? And then when we go to shop, we shop right out of the freezer, grab the base, and then the next day.
Can I ask a marital question? Because this is big in my.
Okay.
If he goes grocery shopping, does he buy food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my husband goes grocery shopping, we get everything but what I can cook dinner with.
Yeah.
We've got great
Like what?
snacks. We've got great lunch meat. We have great drinks. Oh, he is a pro at buying drinks. We've got all different. Did you buy meat? Did you buy a side dish? Oh, well.
Typically, we grew up. I think we're older than all you guys. Yeah.
Think?
Yes.
You got like 20 years on me.
Okay, so we're in our mid 40s.
We're old.
You're not as old as me.
Sorry,
yet.
Danielle, you are not in your mid 20s.
All right. So
Yes, I am.
point. yeah. Wait.
Calling me out here?
Bazinga.
All right. So
She just did.
my thought process is, when it comes to the cooking aspect, I'm all about, when we grew up, what was the cartoon that was on where it did the "Don't Drown Your Food," the food groups cartoons?
Well, it was still black and white TV. Then,
No, stop it! We didn't ride dinosaurs either.
Schoolhouse Rock.
I think it was Schoolhouse Rock,
School
but
Bus.
it was where you had the five
Snoopy.
Snoopy.
It was the 5 groups, the food groups, and I was programmed that to do a meal you had to have a meat, a vegetable, and like a starch or something. So every meal.
And a dairy.
Yes. Yeah.
And fruit.
Hey, thank you. So every
He doesn't do fruit.
I don't do fruit, but every meal we do, I focus on having at least 3 of those, right? So, for example, I'll say, okay, we're going to do grilled chicken breast tomorrow night. So we'll get the chicken breast out the night before. We'll marinate it during the day. And then when we go to Acme, then we just get the couple items that are going to be the sides. So we're always buying. We're always
using this "we" word, doesn't he?
we are always buying sides, but when we shop,
So you go every day to buy sides?
we'll literally shop at Acme 5 to 6 times a day. No
I
joke.
just don't.
A day?
A day?
I'm sorry, a
No.
week. A week.
I just don't
Still a
understand.
problem.
During the week.
I go to Aldi every other week.
Yeah.
And she makes sure she has that quarter, right?
Because we'll go.
I have a
a different
keychain
show.
to hold my quarter.
the quarter. So we've got the point is we
wearing
have the
out.
mains.
You need a new one.
We have the mains covered
Wait,
usually.
let's go back to this. 5 or 6 times to buy sides. What are you buying? What?
But,
And
like-
sides
not
don't
good
go bad.
planning.
No,
sir.
listen. Example. You want a perfect example?
Because most people get meat.
Are you
fresh.
gonna let me talk or no?
'cause I'm
No,
really-
we don't bulk buy. We don't
We
go
don't
and
bulk
buy
buy. We don't
a
bulk
massive
buy.
amount of stuff. We
But
buy
your
like
stuffing
little stuff,
doesn't
little
go
stuff,
bad.
little
No.
stuff.
So we'll go
No.
buy. So for example, we had some friends over on Saturday. It was the first time they'd ever been here. We opened our backyard. It's a long story.
I wasn't invited.
No, just stop. So the point is, it was
They
new
weren't
friends
there
that have
either.
never been to our house, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna make steak. So I pulled the steaks out of the freezers, so the steaks are ready to go, and then I go to the grocery and I buy, whatever potato we had. What do we have? It was rice. I bought rice. Doesn't go well with my family, but rice goes well with normal humans, but not my family. But I went and I bought rice and I bought broccoli. So rice, broccoli, steak, and then they brought
Both
up.
of those items would be okay in your refrigerator for a few days.
No, they're not in the The one's in the freezer and the other's in the cupboard. But the point is,
Did you try the Minions cup? Because if you put it in a Minions cup, they'll eat
They
it.
might try it. They might eat it.
so to stick to answer the question, I need something here.
You need nothing.
Cool story, bro.
To stick
You
to
need
answer the
nothing.
question. To stick to answer the question. At the end of the day,
I wasn't invited either.
We try.
People are getting offended here.
we
When's the next party at Hank's house?
Pantias, you can come over anytime you want, but I got to organize it. And I talked to Mark about what's it like being bald in this heat. So he did comment about that. He's like, basically it just runs all over the place because he has no hair and there's nothing to catch it. Anyway, the point is that Bazinga. All right, so
Bazinga.
the point is that at the end of the day, we try to focus to try and have family dinner every night, but it is extraordinarily difficult when you're dealing with a theater schedule and a dance schedule, and when we get into game day, a basketball practice schedule, and
Work.
and
Well,
work.
I didn't say that we sit down. Ideally, I'd like to sit down
It's
and
a
all
goal.
have dinner together.
It is
Do you
a
know
deal.
what my kids ate? I made dinner tonight, and it was a great dinner, but they ate. My phone was ringing. They ate in the car on the way to Weathervane. We eat in the car more than we do at the dining table, but we're all together.
It's a daily goal for us to try. There's Mark. So now the entire Pantia family is now watching. Hi guys,
Mark, you
how are
weren't
ya?
invited either on Saturday. Just letting
Would
you know.
you just relax? So the point is that
They had steak.
The point is that we focus. Was there beer? Of course there was beer. I run a show that deals with craft
Steak
breweries.
and beer.
Yeah. So the point and bourbon. The point is that
And bourbon.
yeah. The point
I
is
need some
that
cheese
we
on
try to focus on at least having that family dinner every night, and it is difficult, but it is a high priority for us because it's the one time of the day where I feel we can actually sit down, have that ability to talk, and say, hey. yada yada yada. Every once in a while she'll go through the whole routine. How was your day at school? And they'll go around, and then Wyatt will fart, and then it ruins everything, right?
And I think that is important when you have working parents, or ones that are not there. I feel like
Mark,
I might be 100% wrong on this.
Did you read what's going on here?
Yeah.
Does he have her? Does she have him for
PE
gym?
teacher.
Gosh. So,
All right, so
I don't feel that.
Note to self.
Schedule dinner with Pantias.
Schedule dinner with Pantias.
Steak and beer.
Off the record, okay? And not just steak. It's got to be the Delmonico's or the Cowboy steaks. All right. So here we go. And then on top of that, right, then that segues right into homework. So you're
My dad said he likes steak too.
Yeah. So you're at the table, finish dinner, and then you focus right into that homework routine.
And that's important. I, right now, in the stage of my life, I don't feel like sit-down dinners are a must because I am there dropping them off at school. Like, I get a lot of car time, face-to-face time. Like, that's why I think dinners, they say face-to-face time, make sure you're talking to them. I get a lot of that time throughout the day with them.
It was Jamie at our gun show that said it's called 30-second rule.
Yeah.
Right?
They have to
the first 30
drop
seconds that
everything,
you
look at 'em.
encounter your person is the most important of the day after you haven't seen them all day. And focus on them and drill in and get to know what their day was like and all that kind of stuff.
And because I'm not working and I get to pick my own hours during the day, when they get home from school, especially now that they're in two different schools, I get a full 15 minutes to a half hour with just Olivia, just Carter. I also do those crazy every single day I ask my kids, what was something that you wish would have went better today? And what is the happiest thing that happened today? And what could you have done different? Every single day. And that's where I've got stories of them getting bullied. And it opens them up.
Okay. Two questions left. We're almost done.
Good Lord.
All right, so here we go. How do you guys handle the organization part in terms of where does your Chromebook go? Where does your book bag go? Where do your boots go? On a daily basis, is there a routine in handling all that?
Yeah, so right when you walk in the door, there's a table that is just for the book bags and whatever you need when you walk out the door. So the dance bag is packed for the week. In her closet, there's those, what's supposed to be, I think, shoe caddies?
Yeah.
Right? Nope. Monday's outfit, Tuesday's outfit,
Yep.
Wednesday's
We have
outfit.
the same thing.
Everything on Sunday is planned for every day of the week. I don't leave it up to mystery. It's just grab and go so we can tuck and roll.
Yes.
We are never
She's
on
big on this
time.
tuck and roll. She
Tuck
needs
and
a
roll.
shirt.
We
Tuck
are
and roll. Mama
Never
needs a
on
timeout.
time.
Tuck and roll. Mama needs a
Never.
timeout.
That would be an awesome 3-3 to go shirt, though. I mean, when you think about it,
That's serious organization, and I'm a pretty organized person, so I'm impressed. But I think that might be the difference of having boys well. I'm super sad sometimes that I don't have a girl, but I don't have to think about what outfit they wear every day. They grab shorts and they grab a shirt.
Hair.
Nope, there's no hair. There's nothing.
Hair.
They pick out their outfits every day because there's nothing to mess up.
he's ready in 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. They're ready in 5 minutes.
They're ready in 55 minutes.
Less, no,
Ours,
7.
the girls, are ready in 55 minutes.
No. So that's when I become thankful that I have boys.
Okay.
But yeah, we have a similar routine. You get home, you put your backpack on the hook, you put your lunchbox on the counter, and you put your folder on the dining room table, which was huge because it used to come at me flapping folders in my face.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, dude, stop.
I'm not ready
so
for that.
they go on the dining room table, and I will pick it up and look at your folder.
Okay.
We have a very similar book bags by the door, lunchbox. I am a little OCD. I don't like things sitting out, so they have to put their folder in this drawer. And I know that it's in the drawer, so I check it. But yeah.
Okay. Kate, go ahead. I'm absent for most of this because.
Oh no, I want to hear what you say as far as where stuff goes because I'm still waiting for my kid drop zone to be created.
Oh.
Kid drop or kid stuff?
That she wants.
No, I have an entry closet that isn't done,
That's
but
just
behind this wall, I'm knocking the closet out and creating a kid drop zone so that all their crap goes in one spot.
It'll be done when they're going off to college.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's what.
He
just needs to do another Texas trip. We'll get it taken care of.
Exactly.
When are you going to Texas next?
I hate HGTV. I hate it.
When are you going to Texas?
Oh, we need an open floor plan, and we got to do this, and this, and oh, look at that, look at that. No, just work with what we got. Work with what we got. Go ahead.
But there's so many possibilities.
Stop.
And actually, DIY is working with what you got.
I know.
Within what you got. I have a guide.
Bruh.
She could be asking for a new house, but she's not.
Go. This is your part.
Go what?
How do you organize? What's the routine? As far as where stuff go and all that kind of thing?
They just have to take it to their room. They had a tendency for a while to just walk in and drop it at the door, and I'm like, that does not work for me. So I make them take it to their room.
But do you lose things up in your room? Because if my kids took it to their room, and my kids have a very clean room,
yes,
they
do.
would lose
my kids
things.
have a very dirty room, and yes, they lose their stuff all the time, i.e. why I take it to them later that day. But I have drawers, so like when they come home, I usually check their folders, and if they have completed work, it goes in a folder that's the completed work. If they have artwork, it goes in a folder that's the artwork.
You save all of that?
That folder,
for the year.
Is it called the trash can?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I
Your
use
completed work on the trash?
It's a plastic thing. Yep.
My kindergartner, when he was a kindergartner last year, found out that I got rid of all of his completed work when one day the recycling can, while he was waiting for the magic yellow school bus to come, the recycling lid blew open and his papers went flying across the yard, and he's like, "That's my work." And I was like, "Yep." I keep special art projects. I don't get rid of it all, but I don't need to know their math.
Well, no, I keep everything for the year just in case they have to go back and get something. And then at the end of the year, I trash their completed work and I keep their artwork.
Everything.
What would they need it for? Really? What would they need it for?
Yeah.
Why need to see
They
your
don't
old
need to
math
go back.
work?
They just redo it.
Hey, my mommy kept all my stuff too. And then when I graduated from college,
She gave it to me,
my
and I
entire
burned it.
box of everything.
That's what I do with all my papers. We have fireplace in my house, and that's what we do.
It's
to
fire
like,
starter.
release it. Yeah, and I let her throw it in. It's almost like her getting rid of her anxiety from the school day. And like, remember that paper that you hated and this bad grade that's on here? It's cool you got a bad grade. Crumple it up and throw it in the fireplace.
That's
Move
genius.
on.
That's genius. She kept it.
Over.
Really?
What?
Oh, my mom was a throwaway. She'd throw art projects right away in front of me.
Shirley. Oh, yeah. New topic.
No, but I just keep the only stuff that I keep in a container is artwork that they did or pictures that they drew or something like that. The rest of the stuff gets pitched
But
at
you
the
have
end of the
4
year.
kids. You might need a new house if she's saving all this.
No, it goes in my file cabinet over there. They each have files.
Yeah, it's all
Kate, I'm coming over this weekend and we're making you your magic drop zone. 'Cause you're keeping all that
Magic
stuff.
drop
You
zone.
need
You
to
need
spot.
a drop
I don't know what's
But
happening.
the magic drop
This-
zone is supposed to be where their coats go,
You're gonna
where
need
their
bigger
shoes
cups
go,
and more
and where their
bottles
book
of wine.
bags go.
This is all I hear.
And I don't
You guys
have
are costing
that.
me money right now. Okay? You understand that, right?
We aren't costing you anything right now.
Yes,
There's
you
this
are.
magic thing called Facebook and Friends. I don't spend money on anything in my house.
Pinterest.
Yes,
Pinterest.
this is true.
Pinterest.
All right, so last question. Here we go. Last question. How do you, and you already answered this question because you're a dance mom now, but how do you incorporate your love life, dating time, me time into the school year? So everything changes, right? Because now...
Amy's going to make us all look bad.
Well, what we find out is...
Yeah.
Well, first of all, before we go on, I did want to point out there's a gizmo right there. Go ahead and pick that up, Amy.
This phone?
No, and next to Alexa.
The
You see that? No,
the
hold
Oreos?
on. You're hold still. Quit moving. You're holding a unicorn. You are.
That's not a unicorn.
Not a unicorn.
You
We've
are,
got
you are
we've got
holding
girls.
a
We know what
unicorn.
is.
Okay. That is. Look at what it is. So you plug your USB in. Look at the USB by your hand. Okay. This is from DigiKey. I got one.
Oh, no. Look, I got several of my regional sales managers on here. New work is where it's at, folks.
No. Hold on. Look. It's got two.
That was my competitor. Like, he thinks he's sweet.
No. You got them too, right? Avnet's got them, right? I would think.
So what's your point?
This is a unicorn. Every household needs that. What you're holding in your hand. Look at what it is.
No, they don't. I know where you're going with this.
It's got a double micro USB. You got one?
Uh-oh.
I got one that says new work on it.
It's got
I'll
it's got a
switch it
C.
I'll
It's
switch
got
it out.
It's got everything you need.
So why do you need this?
And iPhone. That right there is a DJ's best friend in terms of all the brides and bridesmaids.
What does that
say
have to do with going
What
back
does
to
that
school?
have to do with date night?
charging? When it comes to,
To
I forgot to bring up.
Oh, I like that.
We
Charging
got issued Chromebooks to every kid, right?
That's an Akron thing. We don't have.
But
So-
this isn't going to help you because it has all the different plugs.
What I'm pointing out though is the goal is that gizmo will be able to handle anything that you can throw at it, okay? Because if your kids are like mine, they lose their chargers at least once every 2 weeks, okay? So point is, I just want to
My
point
kids
that out.
don't lose their chargers because they don't have electric
All right,
devices.
so here we are.
Using this as an analogy that we need charged up.
It's supposed to
By
be
dating.
a way to give you a central location for a charging station so
All right.
that everything, a way to organize yourself so that
So-
everything goes in one location and you don't lose it.
So without mentioning Comey,
What?
what's
This shirt that
Comey?
I'm
What is Comey? It's Comey. Comey is a village, right? And it's Greek and village, and it means that you can use other people to help you to get free babysitting.
People that you
but we're
know,
not going to mention
love,
Comey.
and trust.
But we're not going to mention.
Comey.
We're not mentioning Comey at all. All right. Comey.
Like,
Comey.
What aren't we mentioning?
The Comey.
It's an app. It's on the App Store.
The
Comey.
point. The point is.
K-O-M-E.
The point is, you can
Now watch your kids so you can have a date night.
They won't. Your friends will.
You
Oh,
can,
that's they for
She-
free. Well, they will because my friends are them.
I think she. Did I do it or did you do it?
I might have done it.
Okay, hold on. Are you
Comey's
still
been
alive?
Shut off.
Who?
Here,
We're
let me have
good.
it. Let me have it real quick.
Sorry, guys. I got so excited.
She broke it.
You really broke the mic.
I think she did.
I have to steal yours.
Yeah, you can borrow that one. All right, so the point
But
is,
I don't need it for date night.
little technical glitch there, and that's okay. So yeah, with date night, what do you guys do? How do you obviously how do you incorporate all this into the school year because everything changes? Okay, so how do you prioritize that? Now you said you're dance mom, so you just like that's what I do now. Go ahead to pass that mic on down.
Do you have date night at dance studio? That would be. If you want to date me, you have to come to the dance studio.
Listen, I think this is another topic on, I don't know what dating has become today because dating is not existing. My kid has sucked away all of my soul. Hi, guys.
That's funny.
Well, we mentioned this thing called Comey. So Comey is an app that enables parents to swap free babysitting with each other so that they can get free time. I happen to be the co-founder of said app, and one of the reasons that I created it is because I'm very passionate about the fact that date night needs to exist for spouses and for single families. Like, you need to take that time for yourself to recharge, and so that's something that's very important to my husband and I. Now, I mentioned earlier in this recording that we also make sure our kids go to bed every night at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock on, we get to spend quality time together. And then we also build in, like, pretty much every other week. We don't do it every week, but we try to go on a date, like, every other week. And you can just post a sit request on the app, and your friend says, hey, I'll help you out. Danielle does that all the time because, like she mentioned earlier, she's this crazy person that loves having other kids over.
I do.
All the time.
5 or more is like my number.
All the time.
Available today for Friday.
Well-
Who wants a date night? 'Cause I ain't got one.
Well, now
Yeah.
now that we've met, you can be in my village and you can have my kids on Friday.
Boom.
That's
You're up.
all right. I'm up. I do use Comey a lot, but I unfortunately don't use it to watch my kid. I like to have 5 to 10 children at my house at one time.
love it. It's
I love it.
weird.
I love
Bazinga.
it. As long as they're over 3. I'm not a baby person, unfortunately. Date night. So I mentioned earlier my husband goes to bed at like 8, and there's this awesome show called The Hop and the Beam, which goes to really cool places. And so my husband and I were going to the show to support it, but it was also incorporating date night, which if you follow it, he goes to a new place every week. So it was working. When school started, that kind of went out the window. My routine with them and the schedule with them has kind of been priority. Yeah, something I definitely need to work on, but the kids kind of take that over. We get each other in passing.
Missing Mountain Brewery is a must see.
Yeah. Just follow the show,
Missing
literally.
Mountain and Lock 15 must see. Okay.
We had some great date nights just from following the show.
Yeah, I mean, and Buzz does a tremendous job. And tomorrow we're
And
going.
it's coffee and beer.
It's coffee and beer. Tomorrow we're going somewhere. Where are we going tomorrow? I don't even know, but it's and we get to be a part of grand openings and all this fun stuff, right? So Buzz doing a great job. So that show's growing fast. All right, so Kate, I'm going to let you comment on this. Kate, go.
What am I commenting on?
Date night
Do
and
you
how
date?
awesome it is to date me.
We don't date.
Okay, but we've made it a priority lately, haven't we?
Oh, kind of. I have a screaming child in the background.
Keep going.
We occasionally get the chance to go out. I mean, having a 16-year-old helps when she's not working. So she can watch the other three.
Well, and on top of that, with what we do from a DJ standpoint,
You're dating every
with the
wedding.
weddings.
No.
Well, it's
no.
I'm a diva.
See,
so
as much as everybody goes, oh, that's
it's
so
fun,
cute.
it's cute. You guys get to work together. It's a date. It's not because we tiff. Because I have a tendency. This last wedding was interesting because she was in her full coordinator capacity, and I'm DJ, right? And I snapped over at her. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Can you do the blah, 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 blah? And she goes, you're working for me tonight. And it's the first time that she had said that in our 10 to 12-year career history together, because as she transitions into more of a full-time coordinator role, she's right. And I'm like just another wedding veteran DJ guy, right? So I mean, that's hard for me to realize because she's been my
assistant.
All right,
but as assistant, so my husband used to be a wedding photographer.
Assistant.
And we loved weddings. We loved booking weddings. We got paid to go on dates. We ate good food. We hung out. So it's just maybe DJing's different.
A little bit.
All right,
just
so
a little bit.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Let me cue this so I don't mess this up. This is my first close down on with all this equipment.
Oh,
We
done.
ran long.
Once again, folks, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Hold on. What else?
Look
can I do?
who's
Are
on.
you
Maybe
struggling?
He will take your soundboard.
Wait, okay. All right, so once again, we had a lot of fun here tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our discussion and picked up some tips and pointers along the way. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to dedicate, we don't do this very often, but we're going to dedicate a full show to sports, specifically Stop it, Kate. Specifically football.
We don't have the flag.
We're going to talk all things high school football, Buckeyes, and Browns, because Hoban and Ohio State and the Browns are all going to be good this year.
Yeah, okay.
Sound of insert.
Is that a Cleveland fan?
Yeah.
Insert
Real
sound of
Cleveland
crickets.
fan.
Hey, until then, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense in being late. Everybody now, say goodnight, Shirley.
Good night, Shirley.
Good night, Shirley.
This podcast is a copyright of Moon Garden Media Limited.